moving on to our weekly recurring segment. We look at August the 13th in wrestling history. Only one birthday today. That is Spike Dudley, was born in 1970. And then in 1944, Lou Thez becomes the first two-time Texas heavyweight champion, defeating Ernie Dusek in Houston, Texas. 1962, during a title defense against Bobo Brazil in Newark, New Jersey, NWA World Heavyweight Champion Buddy Rogers claimed he had a groin injury. The match was stopped. Brazil was declared the winner, but he refused to accept the victory. It was then announced on September 6th that Bobo Brazil was the new NWA World Heavyweight Champion after a doctor found nothing wrong with Rogers. Rogers then won the title back from Brazil on October 30th in Toledo, Ohio, but this title change is not recognized by the NWA. Jumping way ahead, 1996, WWF held the 9th annual SummerSlam pay-per-view in the Gund Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. The show got a .58 buy rate. The show was headlined by Mankind defeating The Undertaker in the Boiler Room Brawl, of course, after Paul Bearer turned on The Undertaker, hit him in the head with the urn and giving it to Mankind. The winner was determined to be the first to take possession of the urn. And then the main event of the night, WWF champion Shawn Michaels with Jose Lothario defeated Vader with Jim Cornette to retain the title. Vader had originally won the match twice, first by countout, then by DQ. But because titles can only change hands by pin or submission, Cornette demanded the match restart both times. WWF President Gorilla Monsoon allowed this with Michaels' agreement. And then finally, Bruce Springsteen's The Wrestler was nominated for Best Original Song for the World Soundtrack Awards in 2009. So that was for August the 13th in professional wrestling. Well, Tim, we are down to the final four in our bracket. It has been a fun journey. So why don't we recap and let people know the where the matchups are, and I'll post the link to the comments here so people, if they have not voted, can do that.
It is the final four of the 3 Count Thursday greatest wrestling theme song of all time tournament. Looks like a final four of the greatest WWE superstar of all time tournament.
Yeah.
If you go to tinyurl.com/3CT Final Four. Those are always the number and never the word. You'll see that at the top of the bracket, Metalingus reigns supreme, and it will be going head-to-head with Sexy Boy. And on the bottom half of the bracket, it is the other two number one seeds, as Stone Cold Steve Austin's I Won't Do What You Tell Me takes on Real American. You really cannot go wrong with any. Well, you can go wrong with one of these.
I was going to say, I think one of them you could.
Yeah, one of them should not have made it this far. But it's up to you people, the 3 Count Thursday listening audience, the viewing audience. Be sure to get your votes in. We are tallying the votes. Polling is done tomorrow at midnight. The polls will reopen on Monday, and I think we should do a live announcement on Thursday.
Yeah.
The actual winner.
Do it live.
So it's going to be a shorter window next
week.
Actually, if you guys are really nice, I could turn around the brackets. We can post them on Saturday.
Ooh.
And give you guys an extra 2 days of voting.
Mamma mia!
But I swear to God, if I do this and none of y'all vote.
Yeah, you better vote Saturday or Sunday.
I'm never doing this again. You guys need to help me.
Why would we?
Tell a friend to tell a friend. Get in here, vote on the polls, and so we can actually get a legit winner. Because if not, it's just the 5 of us.
Yeah.
And you don't want to leave this in our hands, do you?
No. I mean, you definitely don't want to leave it in my hands. I'm an idiot.
Like, you can't.
How did Shawn Michaels get this far? Like, look, I understand he's Mr. WrestleMania. I understand he's arguably the best in-ring performer of all time.
Not arguably.
Arguably. But for how
Sports
did
entertainer?
Okay,
Sports
arguably best word.
entertainer.
I mean, I guess if Ric Flair like dubs you as the best superstar, you can be the best superstar. But how the hell did he get? How did he get here? There were so many better themes in that bracket.
If I can defend it,
Okay, try.
there's few themes more. I won't say it's a good theme, but it's iconic. Like, yes, iconic pose. Like, you get a very strong reaction at the beginning of the theme with the drum beats and the oh Shawn. It's very catchy at first. It announces who everyone is, and that's what's really strong about like these 4 themes. Very strong beginnings. Immediate, it's glass shattered. It's the Rick Derringer guitar riff. It's the sexy boy drums, and it's you think you know me.
That's true.
Yeah. So each of them draw you in immediately and get you just completely out of control, hype beyond belief.
I mean, that's a good point. That part of it is inarguable.
Right. And so I think that there's a lot of thought or maybe a lot of thought was put in as to what makes a good theme and not necessarily what is the better song. I don't think many people, I don't want to pigeonhole our audience, but I dare say few of them studied music theory at all.
I mean, I did not. I
did. I actually did.
I'm a drummer. I've taken music classes. I don't think I ever studied music theory.
Music theory. It was like 10th grade. I don't remember anything.
I know there was a music theory class at college when I was there, but it sounded too hard. So I went, no thanks.
Are you good at math?
Relatively speaking, not
then
any.
Kinda, because you gotta you gotta know your major and minor chords and your dissonances and things like that.
It just seemed like a lot of work at the time. It just,
and because
beer
you're a
was
drummer,
easier.
So literally drummers for you, like you get like triplets and sixteenths and
oh yeah, we get all those silly things.
You get that, but like pitch, like unless you're playing the timpani with the pedal.
Yeah, no, I was,
or if you get put
I'm a
on the
meathead. I'm a
xylophone.
meathead with a couple of sticks. It wasn't. I hit things hard. Things make noise, sort of things. There was no
clangety clangety bangety.
Yeah.
As long as you drum better than Lars Ulrich.
Well, yeah. There's a lot of people with no arms that probably could do that.
Hey, Lars, top 5 drummer of all time. Longevity.
Lars Ulrich is the #1 drummer for Metallica of all time. We'll say
yes,
that. Without question, he is the #1 drummer for Metallica of all time. But yeah, otherwise, like I don't want to give prediction. I don't want to sway the audience. But at this point, again, it's 2020. I would not be shocked to see things go haywire in this bracket, but it's been
I would
fun.
not be shocked if somehow Chronic does a run-in and pays Shawn Michaels back for the Rockers knocking them out and just like Tanya Harding, Shawn Michaels on the way to the ring. Tink.
My wife asked me earlier today if we were going to talk about Dominic Mysterio getting the ever-living shit beat out of him with a stick
Without
on Monday.
Question.
Which we will. I said, I don't know. I said, because we don't always talk about like current stuff. We talk more like discussion topics. And she just out of the blue goes like the best entrance theme ever. And I went, well, funny you should say that. And then she goes, well, where's John Cena's theme? I'm like, I don't even think he made the list, did he?
Basic Thugonomics.
Oh, Thugonomics made the list, because like she used to get really mad when Big Match John would open up Raw every Monday while she was frantically trying to get away from the wrestling TV, and she would hear the song, and then the next day that song was stuck in my head for like an hour. I couldn't fall asleep, and I'm like, you probably should have stayed watching wrestling then.
The horns.
Yeah,
is so captivating as like a device.
John Cena.
But
I mean, you hear that and you know what it is. You know what's up.
So we're still talking about theme songs.
Sure.
Look, we were already running late. Let us freestyle tonight.
Yeah, there's no format tonight, really.
Sheets out the window. But I actually I remember a long time ago WWE did a video about the origins of John Cena's theme. The horns are sampled from, I believe, a cover of Midnight Train to Georgia.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit. I would have never known that.
The horns is a sample. I gotta remember if I'm right or not, but
No shit.
I think that the John Cena Midnight Train Georgia.
So, I mean, we're obviously we're counting down to the greatest. While you're looking at it, is there a theme that sticks out to you as the worst?
Sorry, wrong Georgia song. It's a motif of a cover of The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia.
I was gonna say that the Midnight Train to Georgia did not sound right.
Yeah, it's The Night that the Lights Went Out in Georgia.
Okay. Either way, that's pretty cool. But
what was your question?
Is there a theme that sticks out in your head that is the worst ever?
That isn't like a joke theme, like Isaac Yankem DDS or TL Hopper.
Like, does Right to Censor count as a joke theme?
I mean, yeah, because that's just a siren.
Okay, then I would have to rethink mine.
I think Jimmy, my best friend Marcus is gonna hate me if he figures out that this is on the record, but Jimmy Wang Yang's theme,
okay,
gonna punch you in the face tonight,
okay,
is actually a really bad song.
Huh.
Oh, Repo Man.
Oh, Lou.
Come on.
Boo this man.
Repo.
I love Repo Man's theme.
You don't blaspheme the good name of Barry Darso in this house.
Man,
Mash, Mr. Hole in One.
I'll
Blacktop Bully.
Going off the top of my head, like something like Skinner, either Skinner's themes.
Alligator.
We're not good. Matt and Mark, do you have any of them? We don't have to necessarily, deep thought on this one. And maybe that'll be our next bracket, is worst theme ever.
Worst theme.
Oh, that'd be fun. Sergeant Slaughter had a terrible theme.
The heel theme?
The snare drum?
The heel theme.
Oh, the heel
I
theme.
couldn't stand that.
Turn head.
It was awful. The Red Rooster was
so
pretty bad too.
Whose?
Well, it was so bad it was good. The Red Rooster with the rooster crowing at the beginning.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
Basically anything from like 89 to
birthday.
92 probably could fall into this.
Gosh, it's
Do you
not
have
a
any
bad theme. It's not a bad theme, but I've had it stuck on the brain for a while. Does anyone remember Mavens Theme?
Oh, the original Tough Enough theme.
Yes.
That song's a fucking banger.
Yes.
I love that song.
Low key a banger.
Oh, Nikki, no. Nikki's not a fan of A Real Man's Man, the old William Regal theme. I loved that theme.
Come on, man.
I absolutely,
man.
I loved that theme.
In the video, he's squeezing oranges to make orange juice, and he drinks it.
Sparky
he's a real man's man.
Sparky Plug wasn't a very good theme.
Oh, that was bad.
Oh yeah. You're right. That was not great.
Oh, the Kerwin White theme.
What was that?
Devin says Chavo Guerrero's gimmick before Eddie died when he was he was Kerwin White.
He's a man.
Right. It
Squeezing oranges, Carrie.
Yeah.
Boy, that was bad.
Flannel and a hard hat. William Regal.
Just sending it.
My God, what a change of pace from the blue blood.
So I know Tim's not the biggest fan, and this is probably the only time I'll ever hear him say anything negative about AJ Lee, but her theme was, in my opinion, one of the worst.
Not good.
Not good at all.
Also,
doesn't fit her either.
Tiffany's theme in Insatiable that they used for like multiple different people. Oh my God. Anytime Insatiable played. Alicia Fox also had a really bad theme too.
Oh, it was just like fast electronic music, right? It was
busy.
Yeah.
It was just busy.
I feel like if you could, and I don't know if you can or not, because I'm not a doctor, but if you could have like an epileptic seizure from a song, it was the Alicia Fox theme. I mean, if we're talking bad themes too, I mean, it's only fair to talk about.
Okay. The song is good, but I have a big water baby.
Oh, I thought it was feeding time.
No, I still have my bowl of food.
Come on, eat, goddammit.
No, the theme is scandal proof. It's just that really shitty Brie mode in the beginning.
And there's also like the Union had a terrible theme.
Oh yes.
I wasn't a big fan of Test's theme either.
Which one? The first one, or
yeah?
I feel like that one was very epileptic as well.
Yes.
Yeah, like maybe that was just like a late '90s, early 2000s sort of a thing.
I mean, thinking back, like Attitude Era, there were a lot of like bad themes throughout that time.
Yeah, there was.
How about Rikishi when he turned heel? That was a terrible theme.
I don't even know if I remember.
That Bad Man.
Oh yes, yeah.
That was.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
Man.
That was bad, man.
And what's bad is that Rikishi actually rapped that.
Yeah,
that's Rikishi's song off of the Originals album.
Yeah.
I'm a bad
man, dude. That Originals album.
Bad thoughts.
God, it was awful.
That Originals disc
man.
is one of the worst. Just the worst. So bad.
Okay, so who all was on that Originals album?
Oh God, we're gonna have to look that up.
WWE Originals. I got it.
Yeah. Let's.
So, Stone Cold Steve Austin had a recurring segment throughout the entire the CD, which was great. We're bypassing that. The Dudley Boys did a remix of their theme called "We've Had Enough."
Okay.
Trish Stratus had a song called "I Just Want You."
Okay.
Rey Mysterio had a song which was also a pay-per-view theme, "Crossing Borders."
Okay.
Booker T had "Can You Dig It," which was good. He actually used that as a theme for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
Kurt Angle had the "I Don't Suck." It's so good. Lillian Garcia had a song. The Guerreros had a song. They did the "We Lie, We Steal, We Lie, We Cheat, We Steal."
Yeah,
that was good.
Time out. I don't remember what. There was a Royal Rumble match It was Umaga and John Cena that you told me to watch last week, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
But you mentioned Lillian Garcia. What year was that? Because
2005.
How Roll Tide?
5, 6.
Maybe it was 06. But Lillian Garcia was like all-time Roll Tide at that point.
I mean, she was scandal proof. Like
fantastic.
I'm not gonna lie. Jericho had a song, not quite Judas, but Don't You Wish You Were Me?
Oh, I remember that one.
Which they ended up using for the YJ Stinger song.
Yeah.
Rikishi had Badman was not on originals. Rikishi's song was Put a Little Ass on It.
Oh my!
Which was like a slow jam, and I actually thought that it was a good song at the time.
Sauce it.
Yes, JR. Yes. Stacy Keibler had a song called Why Can't We Just Dance? And then of course the CD was headlined with Basic Thugonomics.
Okay. So it had a couple of good ones on there.
There's a couple of bangers on here for sure.
But there was also a couple of sinkers on there.
In the United States, WWE Originals hit the peak of the Billboard 200. Its top was 12.
You just made the list.
12th best album.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, what year did that come out?
It was released January 13, 2004.
So that was that on the tail end of like the Attitude Era, kind of? Are we still in Attitude Era? I don't know when the Attitude Era officially ended.
I think that would have been Ruthless Aggression.
Oh yeah, because I guess if Cena would have been in there, kind of, you were starting to get ruthless.
The Attitude Era ends, I think, WrestleMania 19.
Okay.
Because that's Rock Austin 3.
Okay, yeah, I think that's probably.
But then you could also say WrestleMania 20, because the tagline was "It all begins where it all begins
again." Okay, so you're kind of Ruthless Aggression at that point, which I mean, wrestling was still fairly popular at that point, so popular enough. I guess you're going to get that to a number 12 on the album chart. Wow, that is just hard to believe. But yeah, tinyurl.com/3CT Final 4, and it is in the live video comments as well. So make sure you head there and vote by 12 midnight tomorrow night, when Saturday begins. And then look to our social media, 3 Count Thursday, Facebook, Twitter. Over the weekend, we will turn this thing around. We will get the final matchup, the championship matchup, and we will reveal the winner live here on the show next week.
Do it live.
We did have the
3 Count question of the week
this week, and I kind of stole this one. My friend and podcast colleague, associate, friend, Ernest EJ Christian. You can find his podcast, the Earnestly Speaking podcast, on all podcast platforms. Tim.
I found the list of albums that
were
better than originals.
Okay, what do we got?
Okay, so originals came in at 12. In the Zone by Britney Spears was 11. Jay-Z's The Black Album was 10. Evanescence Fallen was 9.
Okay.
Soulful by Ruben Studdard was 8.
What the hell is even that?
The No Doubt singles album from 92 to 03 was 7. Now That's What I Call Music 14 was 6.
Who the hell is this?
Josh Groban's Closer was 5.
Ew.
Toby Keith's Shockin' Y'all was 4.
Okay.
3 was The Diary of Alicia Keys by Alicia Keys.
No, I think that one's actually good.
2 is friend of the podcast, Sheryl Crow's The Very Best of Sheryl Crow. And number 1 was the Outkast dual album, Speaker Box The Love Below.
Okay. All right.
It beat The Long Road by Nickelback, Dangerously in Love by Beyonce, Meteora by Linkin Park.
At least for that at its peak, right? Is that what we're talking? Or that week?
I guess at its peak, yes. It beat great album, Jackpot by Chingy.
What the hell is even that?
The Very Best.
That had the great songs Right There and Holiday Inn. So
this guy gets it.
Matt knows what's up.
Right there.
Right there. All right, and that was for the week of January 31st, 2004. Big Jim, back to you.